the Royal BC Museum undergoes some major changes, we thought we'd revisit a story from 30 years ago when the museum was once again trying out some new things, including an exhibit that roared into the capital. CHEK's Phillip Campbell had the story back in November of 1993.
These guys are not just out for an afternoon ride on a sunny day in Lotus Land. In fact, they're on their way to put their motorcycles on display in a clean, quiet environment. The Royal BC Museum in Victoria, of all places. You might think their noisy, oily machines will be a bit out of place, but don't tell that to this wild bunch.
I like the restoration part of it. I like all aspects of it, to tell you the truth. I like riding them. I like rebuilding them, fixing them. And when you have old motorcycles like we have here today, there's always a lot of rebuild time and fixing time, little tinkering things to do with the bikes.
Your friends think you're kind of a wild man?
I should hope not, no. I hope I've lost some of the wildness that I have. You stay alive longer if you lose a little wildness on the road, I would think.
On the second floor of the museum, most of the bikes are already in position for tomorrow's show. From turn-of-the-century motorcycles to the 1993 models, about 100 in all, ranging in value from $250 to $25,000. Now here's a relic, the oldest bike in the museum in this display, a 1902 Peugeot, built in France the year before Harley-Davidson started their operation in the U.S. It has belt drive, believe it or not. On the other side, it has chain drive if you don't want to run the engine. The bike is worth over $20,000. Many of the owners have restored the bikes themselves, and it isn't just a young man's hobby.
This man used to go to work on all the time, and I went past my house every day, and it's so quiet, if you weren't looking, you wouldn't know he's going by, you know.
You fell in love with it, or what?
Well, I never thought I'd ever own it until years later, and he finally got an MG car.
Officials admit this isn't the kind of exhibit you'd expect from a museum in a capital city, but the times they are a-changin'.
We're trying to get rid of the feeling that museums are sort of an academia-loaded area that only the highbrow and people will go down to on a dull Sunday afternoon, and open the doors up, say bring down anything you're interested in, and we'll put it on display and have people come down and see it here.
As for the guys who were on their way to the museum earlier, they were last seen heading west on Dallas Road, collecting bugs on their front teeth.
There was a great old boy that lived up in Headley. His name was Ken Smart, and he rode till he was 96 years old. And I have his old motorcycle, and I hope to be able to ride that until if I last anywhere near that, I'll be riding it.
Phillip Campbell, CHEK 6 News, Beacon Hill Park.
Island Rewind is brought to you by Arbutus RV. Whatever your adventure, 6 island locations to serve you.